Have you ever had one of those days where nothing specifically goes wrong, yet everything feels completely off? You wake up and your body already feels like it's operating at 5% battery. The sound of your alarm is grating. The light coming through the window is too bright. And even the simplest task, like choosing what to wear or making a cup of coffee, feels like an insurmountable mountain. You go through the motions. You exchange the usual pleasantries at work or school. But inside, you feel like a ghost in your own life. You're clumsy. You're irritable. And you find yourself saying things you don't quite mean, or overthinking a look someone gave you in the hallway. By the time the sun sets, you're sitting on the edge of your bed, staring at the floor, wondering why on earth you're so exhausted when you haven't even done anything hard. If that's where you are right now, I want you to take a deep breath and stay here with me for a moment. You aren't failing and you aren't broken. You are simply having a human day. And the very first thing you need to do is stop trying to fix it. We live in a culture that is obsessed with optimization and saving the day. We are told that if we have a bad morning, we should meditate it away, journal it out, or push through with toxic positivity so the day doesn't count as a failure. But some days aren't meant to be rescued. They just need to be over. One of the most exhausting things you can do to yourself is try to force a smile when your soul is tired. It's okay to look at the clock and decide that for the rest of the evening. You are off the clock as a high-functioning human being. You don't need a solution. You need permission to let the day pass without adding the extra pressure of self-improvement. Let the day be what it is: heavy, messy, and unfinished. Acceptance is the fastest way to quiet the noise in your head. As the evening settles in, be very careful about the stories your mind starts to tell. When we are tired, our brain becomes a master at spinning data into verdicts. You missed a deadline, so your brain tells you that you're incompetent. You felt lonely at lunch, so your brain tells you that you're unlovable. You feel stuck, so your brain tells you that your whole life is a dead end. But please remember, a bad day is just data. It is not a verdict on your existence. Today is just a 24-hour slice of time that happened to be heavy. It doesn't mean your week is ruined. And it certainly doesn't mean you are losing at life. One bad day is not evidence of a bad life any more than one rainy day is evidence that the sun has disappeared forever. Do not let your tired mind write the script for your future based on a Tuesday where you felt a little bit lost. When your thoughts are spiraling, the best thing you can do is leave your head and come back to your body. You cannot think your way out of exhaustion, but you can feel your way back to safety. Start with something small and sensory. Splash some cool water on your face and actually feel the temperature against your skin. Take a shower and imagine the water washing away the residue of every awkward conversation and every stressful moment. If you can, step outside for 5 minutes and just breathe the air. Don't go for a fitness walk. Just stand there and feel your feet on the ground. When we focus on the physical world, the weight of a warm mug in our hands, the softness of a blanket, the rhythm of our own breath, we signal to our nervous system that the danger of the day is over. When the body softens, the mind eventually follows. Tonight, I want you to practice a radical kind of kindness toward yourself. Think about how you would treat a best friend who came to you crying because they had the exact same day you did. You wouldn't tell them they were lazy or that they should have worked harder. You would probably put a blanket over their shoulders, make them some tea, and tell them it's okay to be tired. Why is it so much easier to offer grace to others than it is to offer it to ourselves? You are just as deserving of that gentleness. Talk to yourself like someone you love. Use words like, "It's okay," "You've done enough," and "We'll try again tomorrow." This isn't about being weak. It's about being a sustainable human being. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and tonight is about letting that cup refill in the quiet. Lower the bar for the rest of the night. You don't need to be productive. You don't need to be social, and you certainly don't need to be interesting. If the only thing you accomplish tonight is eating a simple meal and getting into bed by 10 p.m., you have won the day. Avoid the trap of social media, where everyone else's highlight reel makes your real life feel inadequate. Instead, do something that feels safe and familiar. Watch a movie you've seen a dozen times. Listen to a podcast with a voice you trust. Or just sit in the dark for a while. Safety is the foundation of recovery. You are not wasting time by resting. You are doing the essential work of maintenance so that you can show up again when the sun comes up. As you prepare to sleep, try to gently hand things over to tomorrow. You don't need to have a fresh plan or a list of resolutions for how you're going to make up for today. Just tell yourself, today was enough. Everything that is unfinished, everything that feels confusing, and everything that went wrong will still be there in the morning. But you will be different. The version of you that wakes up after a night of rest is significantly more capable than the version of you that is trying to solve the world's problems at midnight. Trust that your future self will have the clarity that you lack right now. Strength isn't always about pushing through the storm. Sometimes strength is simply finding a place to wait until the storm passes. If you've had a bad day, it doesn't mean you're weak or that you're falling behind. It just means you're human. The fact that you're here, seeking a moment of peace, is already an act of immense self-care. Tomorrow doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be the best day of your life. It just needs to be a little bit lighter. You have survived 100% of your bad days so far, and you will survive this one too. Close your eyes, let your shoulders drop, and let go of the day. It's over now. You did what you could, and that is more than enough. Rest now, because you deserve it. Sleep well, and I'll see you when the light comes back.